This is a story that occurred to me that I'm recanting for the Portland State University Gender Stories project. This happened a couple weeks ago in Portland, Oregon. I was leaving my house in inner southeast Portland, a perceived relatively safe area, and walking to a bar on Grand Street, also in southeast Portland. I was walking alone, and this is a route that I walk many times a week, my own home neighborhood. So, anyway, I was walking, and this car pulls up behind me, and there's three guys, probably in their mid 20s. They start yelling at me and honking their horns and whistling. I was like, whatever, I'm not even going to deal with that. So I just kept walking, tried to act like it wasn't a big deal, and then realized that in a couple blocks they were still there, and I was starting to get kind of freaked out. So I started moving quicker. I could hear them talking. They're like, "Oh, look, dude, she's so scared. She's so freaked out. Like, oh, look at her. She's moving faster now. Let's see where she's going. Like, oh, look, she's so scared. You can tell she's so scared." And at this point, I was legitimately really freaked out. So I booked it into the closest lit area, which was a bar a couple blocks down, and they drove away when I went in to the bar. I had my friends come meet me because I was too scared to walk anywhere else alone that night. And there were two things that really struck me. The first thing being that when my boyfriend showed up and I told him what had happened, his first reaction was to say, "Well, look at your dress. It's a little short, don't you think?" And honestly, it shouldn't fucking matter what I'm wearing, because that is completely irrelevant to how one should be treated. If I want to walk around my own safe, perceived space, my home, wearing a dress, then I should be able to wear a dress. I think it speaks a lot to male privilege, invisible male privilege, that he wasn't even aware of, that he would think that, oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's really unfortunate that that happened and those guys were jerks, but I mean, come on, look at what you're wearing. That is absurd. And I think that it really just shows how much needs to be addressed still today between equality between genders and just on how people are treated. And I think that it's really scary that a lot of times when it comes to rape culture, they're like, well, she was really drunk and flirting all over. She was totally asking for it. I should be able to walk through my neighborhood wearing whatever I goddamn please without being harassed by strangers. And so, yeah, that's my experience with gender recently. And I give my permission for this to be posted online as part of the Gender Stories Project.